In the last 24 hours, there's been so much that's happened in the community recently that instead of just covering one thing, I thought I might as well just go over everything notable that I think was interesting to cover. And we have around like 5 or so stuff, maybe a bit more, we'll see, and I just want to briefly go over all of them. The first one I want to talk about is Saraguis, I think that's how you say the name. Well, Saraguis recently was able to verify Silent Dicctras in 26,000 attempts, which is a crazy achievement. This thing has been unverified for years at this point. This is a joke level that was made by the content creator Stallion GD, you might know him.
Today, it's GD
And this was one of his original videos that blew up. It's where most people actually found out about him. This was posted over 4 years ago. April of 2022, so I believe this is even before stuff like Acheron, so this is the Slaughterhouse era of difficulty. I hope I'm right about that, but yeah, this is the level. It is quite stupid. It was literally just made with the goal of making the worst level in a short amount of time. It was made by a bunch of people. Stallion was just the one that put it to the forefront, right, that came up with the idea. And yeah, this level was never expected to really be verified or anyone to take a serious shot at it, because, I mean, look at the level. It just throws some of the stupidest stuff out of nowhere, and obviously, it just looks stupid, right? Like, when you get to the drop of this level, it just genuinely doesn't seem possible. It's where I would think that this level just isn't doable. It'll be right here. This is it, right? Like, what are we looking at here? There's so much going on, and there's just some really stupid concepts that this level uses. There's a part that I think it's about to get to where it makes you, like, spam, or it makes you think that you have to spam here, but you actually don't. Every time you click here, I believe it gets shorter and shorter and it'll kill you. But obviously that's pretty easy, but you can see the rest of the gameplay here is just stupid, right? How would this ever be beaten? But Saraguis has been going at it. As we can see, we had a bunch of progress really quickly. We got 50% 11 days ago, and then just in the past couple days, domination with this level. Absolutely smoking it, and then, yeah, that Twitter post means that the level's verified. We should see the video today. As I'm recording, it's not out, but it should be premiering soon. The difficulty is hard to know yet, because keep in mind that this is the person that, yes, has beaten Quantiuse Processing, the 8th hardest level in the game, but that was a jump from quantum processing, meaning that they have, like, ACU and stuff like Bloodbath difficulty levels and ACU difficulty levels in their top 10, okay? So it's kind of hard to judge how hard this level is based on their skill, but we can see that it's probably going to be around Slaughterhouse difficulty, right? It was supposed to be top 1 by the time of Slaughterhouse, but also that is a very, very iffy statement, because obviously it's just for the title, because of, you know, the nature of what the video was, make a top 1, right? But I don't think anyone tested if it actually was top 1 or not, so I won't be surprised if this ends up a lot easier. I genuinely will be pretty, you know, fine with it probably placing in the 40s here, but if it is true to the name, it should be probably, like, around here in the Slaughterhouse range, but we'll see what happens. Next up, I want to talk about a couple levels that recently got rated, because there was a few notable ones, and the first one I want to touch on is Ultra Paracosm. Not the Easy Demon Ultra Paracosm, that's also a purple 9 circles level, but this is actually a kind of remake or the sequel to Hyper Paracosm. I can't remember if it's a sequel or remake or reimagining, but this is a really cool level that got verified that was top 15 at the time, right? Very impressive, and it probably still is top 15, and it just didn't get rated for a month or two. Now, I say it didn't get rated, and like it's a big major thing that didn't get rated, and like that it wasn't rated for a long amount of time, but actually this is a fairly quick rate. The only reason I mention it is because Killstealer, another top 15 that got verified at the same time, got, like, rated instantly, and then this one was just kind of left, so we kind of thought it wasn't getting rated, but it got rated nonetheless. From what I've heard, this is due to another incident of RobTop joining a a live stream, people spamming to rate certain levels, and this one was one of those ones that got rated. And this is the exact same thing that happened to another level from what I've been told, and this one is one that people have been wanting rated for, I mean, not a long time, but there has been a ton of people wanting it rated. And that is Cycles X, the Vortrox verification. He has a series where he super buffs levels, and, you know, here's his reaction to it getting rated. This is the super buffed version of Cycles, and it is expected to maybe beat List Demon, maybe not be List Demon. It's kind of in the same state that Glungus Adventures was with Conics, where, you know, it could be on the list, and if it is, it's pretty low, or maybe it's not. We don't really know, because most people are saying it's List Demon difficulty, but the only person who's beat it said that it was like Arctic Lights to Yandere difficulty. Honestly, this was expected to get rated. I'm pretty sure it had 18 cents by the time it was rated, which is a crazy amount in just a couple days, right? This was verified very recently, already 18 cents. It's maybe on the list, and I want to give my thoughts on where it should place, because I've gotten good progress and beaten some List Demons, or one now, oh my goodness, but I want to just maybe give my thought, because I think that's interesting, and I did play it on stream and a bit after, and I'll say it's confidently harder than Zodiac. This is the one I've been. It's confidently, definitely harder. Not by much, probably. When I look at other stuff on the list, I do think it's harder than Indis. I have 23 to 100, so I can comment on that one. And yeah, it's definitely harder than Indis. That one is fairly placed where it is now, but it's definitely easier than Cycles X. And then we get up to stuff like Kinos and Trufet and Void. Void, it might be harder than Void, but, you know, Void is very boring, and I think because of how boring it is, it's probably harder than Cycles X, because, like, no one can finish this level because it's so boring, and I have good progress on that. I've gotten to, like, nearly the 70s. It's probably harder. And then the next levels I have progress on after that is stuff like the Golden and Oblivion, which, yeah, no, they are way harder than Cycles X, so it's definitely not that range. So, if I have to guess how hard this level is, I would probably put it, like, one below Kinos, or, like, two below Kinos. Maybe like, Chrome Hearts difficulty at, like, 134. That's probably my guess. I played a bit of Starlight Summit, not enough to give my opinion on its difficulty, but probably around this range seems pretty fair. But, you know, maybe not. Some people are arguing it is way lower and is not even close to being List Demon, so we'll just have to see what happens. I'm pretty sure from what Vortrox said, he thinks it's harder than Hard Machine, even though he hasn't really played much of it. And lastly, to end off, we should talk about this that I was informed about recently. The CEO of Geode, the biggest kind of mod loader in the game, has decided to step down as CEO, and he will no longer be associated with Geode. Now, this is pretty sad because, well, yeah, it's the CEO of Geode, but also, this person has made a bunch of very, very important mods, like Better Edit. And Better Edit is near vital to a lot of creators, and after the game gets updated, it will no longer be supported, so it's kind of sad to see this. But, you know, it's kind of fair. In this blog, he goes over why, and basically, to summarize it, doesn't have much time now, doesn't have much interest, and it's a bunch of workload to do stuff, and he just wouldn't have time with his new hobbies and just his life now to really care and just, you know, put in enough effort to make mods, to code, to keep up the stuff like Better Edit. So yeah, it makes sense, and basically it won't really affect Geode too much as a whole, because there's a bunch of other talented creators and, you know, coders doing stuff there, and people are running it fine, and there's alternatives to Better Edit like Tinker, so it won't affect us too much. And it basically just goes on to say what he'll do now that he left, and he says that he'll be making some YouTube videos, hopefully, because that's a passion that he has. That's just pretty much it. There isn't much to this. It is just sad to see the CEO of Geode leave, because I wholeheartedly think Geode is one of the most important things we've ever had in the game, right up there with Mega Hack getting added. Honestly, at this rate, you could make an argument that Geode is more important to the game than Mega Hack. I could totally see that, because I probably have bias just because I've had Mega Hack longer and I felt its impact longer. But honestly, if Champions releases on Geode, I don't know if it is going to take off, but if it takes off as big as I hope it does, then that's probably going to be the thing that makes me push over my decision to saying that Geode is more influential than anything we've ever had in the game that is user-made. Obviously, there's been levels that have literally caused for the invention of game modes in the game, so there's more important stuff, but overall, I think that this is a huge thing, so it is just kind of sad to see the CEO leave us, but that's pretty much all I have to comment on now. One last thing I forgot to talk about, I don't have much time, so I'll just cover it briefly, but Eternal Silence recently just got done in 2 runs by a different player, not No Name. This is very impressive. It's a run of 51% and 48%, weirdly. And Eternal Silence is pretty much unnerfed Silent Clubstep, because as you know, the Silent Clubstep on the servers right now that's rated is different to the original. This is the closest version we have to the original version, pretty much. And I got a decoration update by Kuluk. However, most people are just playing on the LDM, which is just the normal Silent Clubstep. And yeah, it is impressive to see that this was done. And 35 views, by the way. 35 views on this. I'm gonna subscribe. That is crazy underrated right now. That is the most underrated thing I've seen in a long while. Even more underrated than that Nullscape's Victor that had like 500 subs. This is crazy, right? 159 subs, 35 views, getting Eternal Silence in 2 runs, which up until Society got verified was potentially a top 1. So yeah, have to go and support that. But I don't really have much more to say now. Thanks for watching all the way through, and peace.